hello.
Hi, friend. Hi, Lux.
Hello. It does sound a little bit like a daily talk show, you know. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Hello.
Good morning, listeners.
So funny. That's really good. Do you remember when we had that idea of playing some of our theme music at the beginning and just starting each one like, we should still do that on it.
Yeah, it could happen. It's never too late.
It was an ant. Ever since the spring has come back, not the little ones, but the big fucking honker black ones are scouting my house. And I tried to just escort them out several times. And after about 15, I was like, I'm sorry, I have to start killing you now. I don't like killing bugs. And for the most part, I do escort them out. But I did read something once that said, any animal in nature, if another animal comes into its house, kills it immediately. There's no like, oh, should we escort it out? And that made me feel a little better. I'm like, oh, that's true. In nature, you encroach on my home, you're dead.
Yeah.
You come near my babies, we're done.
That's true. Yeah, I do try and say, like, if they're outside, we're in their world. But if they're in our house, it's a little bit different.
That's true. They're not taking the message. I read that the black ants, they're scouts. So they go out and look for, is something good here? And then they report back. At least this is what I read. But if they start not reporting back, the colony gets that. It's like, ooh, that's a message. And so,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
But I also read... Sorry.
I was going to say, I always tell them. I
didn't know we had so much to say about ants.
I know, right? But that's what I always think. I'm like, if I kill you, tell your friends. Like, tell your friends.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was actually happening. In the back of my mind, I was like, I hope they get the hint. Like, you're not welcome.
Here's the other thing about ants. Here's why actually killing them might be good is because they make scent trails. That's how they find everything, is they leave scents for their other colony members. If you just throw an ant outside, if it can't ever pick up one of its scent trails again, it will just walk until it dies. And so when you're like, oh, get out of here, if it can't find its colony, you're killing it anyway. So sometimes it is kind of the more humane thing. Like if you're getting it out of your house, just kill it, because otherwise if it loses its trail, it's just going to walk till it dies anyway.
Wow, it's like somebody just like flicking us into space and being like, good luck.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Like being like, just go live your life elsewhere. You're like, I'm fucked.
Find some aliens. You'll be okay. I'm really impressed that you have taken any time to walk and analyze the bug life. I can't say that I've done a whole lot of that. Well, speaking of critters coming into your house in the springtime, sitting in the living room with my son on Wednesday afternoon, and all of a sudden I hear this like, doosh, doosh, doosh. I was like, what is that? Doosh, doosh, doosh. And I was like, is the dryer going? What's happening? I'm like, husband, do you hear that? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, are there animals in our wall? He's like, yeah, I heard some of that in the downstairs bathroom the other day. I'm like, what? So immediately I start looking up exterminators, and he's like, no, don't. I'll do it. And I'm like, no, please, can we do that? So now it's 2 days later. I had to look it up, and what it could most likely be where I am and in the time of year is squirrels and birds, which I can manage. If they're in my walls, I'm like, they're fluffy, they're cute, I can handle that.
Sure. I have a bluebird family in my wall right now. A woodpecker made a hole, and a bluebird family moved in.
Yeah, okay, that's like kind of beautiful, actually. Weird. But then they've been waking us up super early in the morning. So loud. He's like, they just must be outside. I'm like, dude, they're in our fucking walls, bro. Like,
dude, I have a question. When your hubby was like, no, I'll take care of it, what was he planning to do about animals in the walls, Mr. Non-exterminator?
Yes, he literally will probably figure out how he can do it himself first.
I get knocking a hornet's nest off of a house corner with a broom, but animals in your walls, what's your plan, hubby?
Exactly. I'm like, there is an industry specializing in this. I'm like, can you just let me do it? But he doesn't trust me to do anything.
Oh, so. It's like the meme where the wife walks by with the power tools and the husband gets really nervous.
That is
it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Literally our life. That is absolutely
Which is
our
so
life.
funny because my life is opposite. My husband has nothing to do with the power tools, but I grew up with an engineer father who basically co-opted the garage to just be his tool heaven. And so I'm the one that carries the power tools around the house and does things. Okay. I would never see my husband walk by with a drill.
I guess it's only been a couple of days and he's been swamped with work. But still, I'm like, I can do it.
I can make a phone call, honey.
Exactly.
Well, that is a man thing where they're just like, oh, I don't want to like relinquish the control. I want to do it myself. I remember my mom would tell these stories about how my dad clung tightly to changing the oil in the cars because he was like, no, we can save that money. Just couldn't spend anything. He would be like, I'm going to change the oil. And then something would go awry and it would take him 3 or 4 hours on like a Saturday afternoon, and he'd get in the worst mood and, oh, I need this thing. I got to go to Lowe's. Once these Valvoline places started popping up where it's like quick oil changes, my mom would kind of sneak and go get one of those occasionally. And then finally she said one day, you are not allowed to change the oil anymore. You're done. It's $20. I'm just going to the Valvoline. And then, of course, as I think happens with most men, once he finally let go of it, he was like, oh, this is so nice. I don't have to change oil anymore. It's funny. My husband is the exact opposite. My husband grew up in a wealthier background. So my husband's like, whenever a problem arises, he's literally like, how can I throw money at this? How can I throw money at this to make this go away? And then I'm the one that's like, no, wait, I can fix this really easily or something.
Let me get the power saw. It's fine.
Or sometimes I'm like, do the man thing. And he'll say, it's not worth my time. I can make X amount of dollars in 1 hour of my time. Why would I spend that hour getting animals out of walls? And I'm kind of like, good point.
Yeah. See, I'm down with that. Just pay someone to do it. Get it taken care of. I'm not patient, but I want to hear about what happened with you this week.
Okay. So I'm single momming it again, unexpectedly, although it's just one kid this time. But my husband is a big skier. He's been skiing since he was 2. It's literally his happy place. And he doesn't have much going for him these days. It's just his business or skiing. And I'm kind of like, find some other hobbies. But he won't anyway.
Tell him about the puzzling. Maybe he wants to be a puzzler.
No, unfortunately, he has tried puzzling, but it hasn't quite taken the way skiing does. And so anyway.
Shame. Real shame.
It's a shame. But anyway, Monday night at like 10 p.m., I open up my Instagram, and the first thing I see, it says, big storm coming to hit the Utah mountains, Cottonwood Canyon, which is literally where he grew up skiing. Whenever they would travel to ski, he would go to that spot. So that made it even more tempting because it was like, we already know where to go. We know the drill. We know the people. We know the hotel. We know the ski school. We know all of it. And so I just sent that to him. I was like, another storm is coming. And he's had a bad season. I mean, everyone's had a bad season. There was no snow. It wasn't great. He was just the other day kind of whining about, this was such a bad season. I want to ski more. And now it's over. All the resorts are closing. And like, I was like, I know, it's a bummer. So when I saw the story, I just sent it to him. And he was like, oh, shit. And then he told my daughter, who is 6, and she is also a skier. And the two of them just hyped each other up. She loves adventure. She loves travel. She loves skiing. So she's immediately like, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? Please, please. The 3 of us are standing in the hallway at night. It's dark. We're all just kind of whispering about this. And we're like, okay, let's go to bed and we'll talk about this in the morning. We'll decide in the morning type of thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Go to bed. I wake up the next morning. I walk out of my room and I look and like, there's a suitcase. I walk around the corner. There's my husband in the bathroom. There's a toiletry bag being packed. And it's funny because I look and he does one of these. He's like, like, oops, I've been caught.
Busted.
And so then he's like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. We won't fly out today because that's crazy. But we'll go tomorrow. And the storm's not going to be that bad tomorrow. It's coming tonight. And then I told him, I go, no, if you're going today. Because I'm not having you guys fly out in the middle of the storm. And then we have to worry, is your flight going to get canceled? Or will you not be able to get up the mountain? Or no, if you're going today. And so we just decided, they packed up. They left in like 3 hours. It's crazy.
Wow. That is badass. They were totally plotting behind your back.
I know.
Yeah.
But honestly, they're having the time of their lives. Like, my husband told me he literally almost cried tears of joy the other day. The conditions were so wonderful. And then my daughter, he said last night she was going to sleep and she was really tired. And, so her emotions are already all over the place. But he's like, she was literally crying, going, I don't want to leave. I want to stay forever. Next winter, I want to come back in December and stay the whole time. So anyway, they're having the time of their lives, which I'm glad about.
That's so cute that they get their time together. True. I feel like that's what life's about.
I know. I was like,
and,
she'll remember this.
Yeah,
she'll
forever.
remember these ski vacations with her
Yes. That's awesome.